So welcome attendees. Welcome to my panelists. I'm Cole Patterson of Cole Skincare for Men. And I'm really excited about this, you guys joining me today and being such experts and supporters and survivors and champions of this prostate cancer health and awareness panel. I believe it's very important, and I'm gonna get right into it. We have Dovette Quinn, celebrity fitness trainer and personal development expert, and we have Brian Custard, who is a sports broadcaster and also host of Last Stand podcast. And we have Dr. Corey Adair, national medical correspondent and physician, our expert on the panel, and I'm super excited. So we're going to get started. I believe that I want to just tie this in a little bit. As a brand, I wanted to go beyond skincare and grooming, and I believe men's health and wellness is just as important. So that's why we are here today for the prostate awareness panel. And like I said, thank you guys. Welcome to the panel. And let's get started. I'm going to start with Dr. Corey Adair, and we are going to talk about what actually is prostate and where is it located and why it's important for men to get prostate. We're just going to jump right into it.
Well, that's what we need to do. Just jump right into it, because the reality is that we as African-American men, we like to jump away from it. That's our problem, and it's not just prostate, it's every health issue, mental health, physical health, any kind of health. We are just programmed to feel like we just don't need the help, and we're scared, right? And we have to deal with that reality of being scared. And we don't like to do that as Black men, because once we show any sense that we're scared, we feel like our manhood is being taken. So the first thing is that, what is the prostate gland? The prostate gland is a gland. It's like a donut-shaped gland that sits at the base of the penis, between the penis and the testicles. And basically what it is, it kind of encircles the urethra, which is where the pee comes out, right? And where other stuff comes out too. And so what happens is that as you age, this gland gets swollen. Okay. And as the gland gets swollen, then, and please bear with my audio visuals here, as the gland gets swollen, this is your urethra, and the gland starts to squeeze the urethra so the pee can't come through. Okay. So like I said, don't feel gross because I'm doing this. All right. And then when that happens, then you have an issue with having urination. That's called benign prostatic hypertrophy, or BPH. Once that thing gets swollen, then you can't pee. So you'll notice that you have difficulty in urinating. So you'll pee, and then you'll have to pee some more, and then you got to push your stream out. That's the first thing. The second thing is that obviously when this becomes inflamed, it can be cancerous. Now, we're going to take you a little bit deeper here, because any hormone unopposed on an organ can cause cancer. Breast cancer, when women have a lot of estrogen, it can cause cancer. Men with more testosterone, unopposed on that organ, the prostate, causes cancer. Black men have higher testosterone than white men. Okay, so, and that's probably because in the brain, I'm gonna take it one step further. In the brain, there's something called the pro-opiomelanocortin complex, and right in that area is where you have the melanin being made, as well as the testosterone being made. Okay? So point is that once you get to that point and you have the cancer, then you have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And then there are several things that you can do to modulate this, whether we do an aggressive prostatectomy, or we do radiation, or we give medicine, or all types of things we can do, because it's not necessarily always an aggressive cancer. Sometimes we watch and wait based on the age, but the gland is there. You must get it taken care of. You have to get it checked out. You have to do everything you can do, because the worst thing that could ever happen is that you have to go through something extra. And in life, we have enough stress. COVID-19, losing a damn Supreme Court justice. We got enough stuff going on for us to not have to worry about these types of things. So that's the medical part. So I'll defer back to the panel, so Cole, we can move things forward.
Okay, thank you for that. That was very informative. This next question is for Dovette Quinn. So my question to you is, you're a fitness trainer and you deal with a lot of men and women. Have you ever had a situation where you had a client or someone that you were training or that either suffered from prostate or end up couldn't do an exercise or fulfill the routine of what to do as far as their health and fitness, that stopped them from doing the exercise? And if that's so, what exercise do you recommend for someone that is dealing with prostate cancer? Or that's another part question. Just go ahead and answer that. I'm sorry.
No, I think in my 20 plus year career, I haven't had anyone who directly had prostate cancer from a client perspective. However, my father had prostate and he passed away with prostate cancer. I don't know if it was a root cause, but I do know there was one of the symptoms that he had. And I think it goes a lot towards what Dr. Hebert was saying in reference to the fear that's attached, especially during that generation. I'm strong. I don't need to go to the doctor. I got to be sick in order to go to the doctor, right? You just don't go because you have a cough. You don't go because you feel
tussin on it.
So, right, put some tussin on it. Just put some tussin on it. And you good, spray some Windex on that thing. It's a sad situation. I feel that things get so far to the point where people are unhealthy that they're at the last straw before they go to the doctor. There's not enough conversations and doing preventative medicine, preventative action towards your overall health, i.e. working out, eating right, taking care of your gut health, taking care of your internal habits, if you will. I think all of those habits will reduce the likelihood of prostate cancer, but it's definitely a conversation that we should have. It's definitely one that we should bring to light. Even hearing the doctor talk now, I have so many questions, like at what age does people, do men should be cautious of it? Is it in your 40s? Is it in your late 30s? At what point do you start having to pay attention to that sort of thing where there are changes coming?
Thank you. We'll get back to that because that is one of the panel questions, and I have a lot of questions as well. And this next question will be for Brian Custer, who is basically our survivor of prostate cancer. And I want to ask you, what was the first thing that came to your mind when you were told about your diagnosis?
Well, I think, to answer the other panelist's question, I think, listen, if you're 40 and you're a Black male or a person of color, you should get a PSA done. That's the basic bottom line if you're 40. If you've got a history of prostate cancer in your family, whether it be your father, your uncle, son, what have you, I would recommend that you probably get tested, have a PSA done at 35. That's, just me. For myself, when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, always a very healthy guy, take martial arts, martial artist, work out about, 5-6 times a week. I was the exception. I go get a physical every year. And so when I got diagnosed, I was 42, and it was the biggest shock of my life. It's hard to describe when you walk into your doctor's office and he sits you down and says, listen, I'm just going to tell it to you straight. There's no easy way to tell you this. You've got cancer. It's aggressive. It's not fucking around. And we need to do something immediately. And it was almost like an out-of-body experience. It was almost as if he was talking to me, but I was on the other side of the room watching him talk to me, because, literally you could have knocked me over with a feather when he told me that. And really the only thing that snapped me back was I just remember him giving me tissues and holding my hand, saying, it's going to be okay. I didn't even realize that I was crying. So it's hard to describe, to answer your question, when someone gives you that news. It's life-changing.
Trey made this beat. Trey made this beat.
I know you said that you love me, but that shit wasn't real. Oh, pour it out my heart, I'ma tell you how I feel.